So in the previous class, we have discussed the Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution function derivation that we have seen. And we have seen that Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution function is given by f of e is equal to 1 by e to the power alpha plus e by kt. That is the expression for Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution function. Okay. And also we have seen that the number of particles in a given energy state E is given by the density of state G of E into Fermi-Dirac distribution function f of E. Okay. So if you express that, you will get n of E, that is number of electrons, number of particles in given system, which is equal to the density of state divided by e to the power alpha plus e by kt. So that was the Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution function we have discussed in the previous class. So today, let us take the application of Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution law. Okay, that we will consider today. So let us start with the Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution law, that is Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution function, which is given by f of e is equal to e to the power minus alpha minus ei by kt. Okay, so instead of taking 1 by e to the power alpha plus e by kt, I have taken e to the power minus alpha minus e divided by kt. That is the expression for the Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution function. Next, also we know that the distribution function is basically the ratio of number of particles in the ith state divided by the number of available states Gi. Okay, Gi is the number of available states corresponding to the particles. So basically distribution function is given by Ni by Gi. That is the expression for distribution function. If you compare these two equations, you look at the left-hand sides are same. If you take if you equate the right-hand side, that will be Ni by Gi is equal to e to the power minus alpha minus ei by kt. So just I have equated the right-hand sides. Okay. So Ni is the number of particles in the ith state. Gi is the number of available states that is in the ith state. Ei is the energy of ith state. Okay. Then alpha and beta are undetermined multiplier. Okay. So they are some multipliers, non-zero multipliers. K is Boltzmann constant. T is the absolute temperature. Okay. Next, we know that we can express this particular quantity Ni by Gi as some n by z. Okay. We'll put e to the power minus alpha as n by z. That is number of particles divided by some function called partition function. Okay. Okay. Partition function antali now helteve. So that is given by the equation Ni by Gi, which is equal to n by z into e to the power minus ei by kt. Minus ei by kt. Okay. So where z is called as partition function. Okay, partition function antali heltare. So basically, this partition function is given by e to the power minus alpha by n. Okay. So if you compare these two equations, ಎರಡು equation you compare ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, you will get e to the power minus alpha is equal to n by z. So you will get e to the power minus alpha is equal to n by z, where z is called as the partition function. Okay, we call this z as a partition function, which is given by z is equal to summation of Gi into e to the power minus ei by kt. If you compare these two equations, so z will be equal to Gi summation of Gi into e to the power minus ei by kt. Okay. Now we have to express this z in terms of the energy. Okay. Z should be expressed in terms of energy. What you have to do? Next step we will follow. So consider a system of distinguishable particles where Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics is applicable with continuous energy values or energy states, then summation may be taken as an integral over 0 to infinity. So instead of taking the summation sigma, we can take it as an integral. Okay, adana integral agi now consider ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, provided there are very large number of energy states and those energy states are continuous. Continuous idre matra ನೀವು ಏನು ಮಾಡಬಹುದು, you can convert the summation into integration, and that integration must run from 0 to infinity. So we have obtained the partition function z is equal to summation of gi into e to the power minus e by kt. So instead of summation, I will take the integration. Therefore, you can get z is equal to integration running from 0 to infinity, integration of g of e, which is the density of states, into e to the power minus e by kt. Okay, and g is a function of energy, and we have to do the integration with respect to energy. Okay, and we will substitute for this g of e. What is the density of state? I have discussed in one of the previous classes. Density of state g of e is function of e. Okay, g is a function of e. Substituting for g of e, so here g of e is the density of states, which is a function of e. Now substituting for g of e into d from equation, g of e into d is already given to you. Okay, so that is already discussed, and that is given by 4 pi mv divided by h cube into 2me to the power half into d. So this h cube appears because of the three-dimensional case. We know that the density of state is equal to number of available states divided by h to the power f, where f is the degrees of freedom. Okay, and here h cube is appearing because of the three-dimensional space we have considered. So density of state g of e into d is given by 4 pi mv divided by h cube into 2me to the power half into d of e. Okay, so here energy to the power half is appearing. Density of state is directly proportional to e to the power half. Okay, substitute for this g of e in this integration. Substitute madri, you will get, therefore z will be equal to integration of 4 pi mv divided by h cube into 2me to the power half into e to the power minus e by kt of de. Okay, we have substituted for density of state g of e. Next, what are the constants here? 4 pi mv is constant, h is Planck's constant, which is constant. Mass of the electron m is constant. Energy is the variable. We have to integrate this particular integrand with respect to energy E. Okay. Next, you can take out the constant terms. All constant term na horagade tagolri. You will get z is equal to 4 pi mv divided by h cube into 2m to the power half into integration of e to the power half into e to the power minus e by kt with respect to d. Okay. So then you substitute. So you try to make this as an gamma function. You convert this e to the power kt, e by kt as x. You take e by kt as x. Okay. So put x equal to e by kt. Therefore, e will be equal to kt into x. So this e, energy e will be equal to kt into x. And d of e will be equal to kt into dx. Okay. So what you have to do, you put e by kt as x. You take e by kt as x. Then e will be equal to kt into x. And if you take derivative of e, de will be equal to kt into dx. Okay. So that will be kt into dx. Okay. So substitute there. Adana substitute material. In the integrand, you substitute. So what you will get? So you will get z is equal to 4 pi mv divided by h cube as it is, 2m to the power half as it is, and for e we have to put kt into x. So we'll get kt here. then kt to the power half it will become. E to the power half is there, therefore kt to the power half. For dE, you put kt into dx. So totally there will be kt into kt to the power half. So it will become kt to the power 3 by 2. Okay, so kt into square root of kt, that will be equal to kt to the power 3 by 2. Instead of e to the power half, we have x to the power half. Okay, then e to the power minus x into dx. Okay, that is how you can get the gamma function. So integration of x to the power half into e to the power minus x into dx is actually the gamma function. Okay, adu gamma function agirtade. So you know that gamma function is having the fixed value. Okay, so what is the value of this e to the power half into e to the power minus x? X to the power half into e to the power minus x is having the value square root of pi by 2. Okay, that is the value of the gamma function. Okay, already you know that the gamma function x to the power half into e to the power minus x with respect to dx will be gamma of 3 by 2. So it is actually gamma of 3 by 2. Gamma of 3 by 2 is actually 1 by 2 into square root of pi. Gamma of half is square root of pi. Gamma of 3 by 2 is square root of pi by 2. So you will get z is equal to 4 pi mv divided by h cube into 2m to the power half into kt to the power 3 by 2 into square root of pi by half. Okay, square root of pi by 2. Rearrange. So rearrange this term. So collect all pi on one side and other constants on the other side. You will get z is equal to. So this is the equation we have got in the previous slide. And then rearrangement matter, you will get z is equal to v by h cube. So this is pi into root of pi. Pi into root of pi is pi to the power 3 by 2. Kt to the power 3 by 2 is there as it is. And if you take 2 to the power half, m to the power half into m, that will be m to the power 3 by 2. So if you simplify this, you will get v by h cube into 2 pi m kt to the power 3 by 2. All terms and collect madidre nimage you will get z is equal to v by h cube into 2 pi m kt to the power 3 by 2. So that is actually the partition function. Now use this partition function to find the distribution function proposed by Maxwell-Boltzmann. Okay, idana substitute matter. So we need 1 by z because we know that partition function f of e is equal to n by z into e to the power minus e by kt. In the previous slide I have shown you. So if z is equal to v by h cube into 2 pi m kt to the power 3 by 2, then 1 by z will be h cube by v, and I can write h cube by v as h square to the power 3 by 2. Okay, note the step here. I have taken h cube as a h square to the power 3 by 2. So 2 gets cancelled, you will get h cube only. But I have introduced this h square inside the bracket under the 3 by 2 power. Okay, so 1 by z will be equal to 1 by v into h square divided by 2 pi m kt to the power 3 by 2. That is the reciprocal of the partition function. Now from the equation we have e to the power minus alpha is equal to n by z. We know that e to the power minus alpha is n by z, and that is equal to n by v into h square divided by 2 pi m kt to the power 3 by 2. Okay. So you have got the expression for e to the power minus alpha. Okay, adannu nanu derive madidane starting alli. So that will give you n by z. Okay, z already we have started. Okay, we have derived here. 1 by z is known to you. So 1 by z you can substitute. So e to the power minus alpha is actually the n by z. Okay. Therefore, the Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution function for a system of distinguishable particles, so that will be f of e is equal to e to the power minus alpha minus e by kt. Substitute for e to the power minus alpha just obtained here. Then substitute matter into e to the power minus e by kt as it is. So it will be e to the power minus e by kt into n by v into h square divided by 2 pi m kt to the power 3 by 2. So if you express this f of e in terms of some number of particles in the system, so we have obtained the expression for alpha. Basically, we have obtained the expression for alpha, or e to the power minus alpha, that is equal to this particular quantity, into e to the power minus e by kt. So this gives you the Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution function in terms of the number of particles present in the system, where n is appearing here. Okay, so instead of alpha, we have a term containing the capital N. We'll move further. Okay. In MB statistics, the number of particles having energy between E and E plus DE is given by N of E into DE is equal to the distribution function F of E into density of state G of E into DE. This expression holds good for every system. Always you remember, if you want to find out the number of particles in a system, so that is always equal to the product of the distribution function and the density of states. Okay, distribution function into density of state gives you the total number of particles present in the system in the range of energy dE. Now we know that f of E is equal to e to the power minus alpha minus e by kt, which is the MB distribution function, Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution function, and G of E d is the number of states for the particle having energies between E and E plus D. Substitute for f of E and substitute for G of E, you will get the number of particles present in that energy range. We know that for an ideal gas with non-interacting molecules, that is for distinguishable particles, the distribution function f of E is equal to e to the power minus e by kt into n by v into h square divided by 2 pi m kt to the power 3 by 2. Just you have obtained this expression. And I have already told you the density of state G of E into D, that will be equal to 4 pi mv divided by h cube into 2me to the power half into D. Okay. Substitute for f of E and G of E in this particular expression. Substitute matter. Then you simplify it further. So substituting for this equation, okay, substituting for f of E and G of E, you will get e to the power minus e by kt into n by v into h square divided by 2 pi m kt to the power 3 by 2. That is for f of E. For G of E, you will get 4 pi mv divided by h cube into 2me to the power half into D of E. Okay. So collect all the terms containing pi m etc. So this will be 4 pi mv. Here 2 pi m is there. Cancel the terms which are going to be cancelled. Okay, cancel matter. So finally, you will get the number of particles present in the system with energy E is given by 2 pi n divided by pi kt to the power 3 by 2 into e to the power half into e to the power minus e by kt into d. So that is the expression for number of particles present in the system having the energy dE. So this is Maxwell distribution law of energy, which gives a number of molecules having the energy between E and E plus D. Okay. So it will give you the number of molecules having the energy between E and E plus dV. So that number of molecules will be directly proportional to e to the power half square root of E, and also exponentially the number of molecules will decrease. Decrease ಆಗ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತದೆ. Okay, as energy increases, because exponentially it is going to decrease. This is corresponding to the energy. Try to express this in terms of the velocity function. So here I have expressed the number of molecules in terms of energy parameter. So it is a function of energy. You cannot this equation in terms of velocity equation. You put E is equal to half mv square. Okay. You convert E into V. ಅದನ್ನು ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ರಿ. Let us do that. Now switching over to velocity v using the relation E equal to half mv square. We'll take E equal to half mv square, that is the kinetic energy equation. We'll use this equation to convert the energy relation with the velocity relation. So then what will be the dE value? So E equal to half mv square is the energy equation. Then what will be the derivative of E? dE term we need. So dE will be mv into dV. If you differentiate this equation with respect to E, and on the left hand side, right hand side, you have to differentiate with respect to V. So this will be half into m into 2V. Derivative of V square is 2V into dV. So 2 gets cancelled. You will get simply mv into dV. Substitute for E. Wherever you have the term E, you can substitute there. And wherever you have term dE, you can substitute mv into dV, where m is the mass of each molecule. Then the number of molecules moving with velocity between V and V plus dV is given by the equation n of V into dV, that is equal to 2 pi n divided by pi kt to the power 3 by 2 into, for E, I will substitute half mv square to the power half into e to the power minus mv square by 2 kt. We have e to the power minus e by kt. Instead of e, I will put mv square by 2 or half mv square. And for dE, I will put mv into dV. That's all. So this is the equation which is representing the number of molecules having the velocity v. So therefore, finally you will get n of v into dV, which is equal to 4 pi n, if you rearrange, 4 pi n into m divided by 2 pi kt to the power 3 by 2, okay, into v square into e to the power minus mv square divided by 2 kt into dV. So this is giving you the number of molecules having the velocity v, okay, in the range of v and v plus dV. So you can recall the distribution of velocities of gas molecule, which you have studied in kinetic theory of gases. This is the same equation we have studied there. There you have not derived this equation directly. We have taken that equation to study the distribution of velocity of molecules. And using this equation only, we have obtained the expression for RMS velocity, average velocity, then the most probable velocity, etc. Then you derive ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ. Okay. If you draw the figure corresponding to this equation, you will get the Maxwell distribution curve. Okay. So this graph represents the Maxwell distribution curve, which represents the distribution of molecules as a function of velocity. It represents the distribution of molecules as a function of velocity. It is a graph of n of v versus v. Okay, number of molecules as a function of v versus the velocity of the molecule. You can find a bell-shaped graph. The stripped area in this particular curve, the total area under the curve gives the total number of molecules of the gas, and it is going to be constant. It is equal to the capital N. Okay, we know that the total number of particles in a system is conserved, that is going to be constant. Therefore, the total area under the curve gives you the total value N. Then, if you take the shaded area, represented in the graph, that represents the number of molecules moving with velocities between v and v plus dV. Okay, so this gives you the value of nv dV, which represent a small number of particles which are having the velocity in this small range. What is the range of velocity? That is between v and v plus dV. Okay, so that is how we can understand the Maxwell's law of Boltzmann, law of distribution of velocities. Finally, the limitations of this Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics. So basically, Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics is applicable to the system of gas molecules, okay, at normal temperatures. So it is applicable to the system of gas molecules at a normal temperature. Okay, so not too low, not too high. It is not applicable to the system having too high temperature or too low temperature. Okay, so it is one of the limitation. So it fails at low temperature and high density. If we have the system of high density, very large number of molecules per unit volume, then this Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution function does not hold good. So it is applicable for finite density. Then it will fail to explain the system at a low temperature. Why low temperature system cannot be explained? We know that at a low temperature, the Bose-Einstein condensation is going to happen that cannot be explained using this Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution function. Then because at high density, the distinguishability of particle becomes inappropriate. So when a large number of particles are considered, so some of the particles may become exactly identical. They may not be distinguishable. Okay, because of that, at high density, the distinguishability of particle becomes inappropriate. Because of that, the Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution function fails to explain such system. Then finally, in addition, Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics cannot explain the system with a small particle mass. Okay, if we take the small particle mass, then we cannot explain the system using Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics. So therefore, these are the limitations corresponding to Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution function. Okay. So if you take the particle of very small mass, then you cannot apply this Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics, because when small mass is considered, the theory of relativity comes into account, and there you cannot explain the system using Maxwell-Boltzmann statistics. So these are the applications of Maxwell-Boltzmann statistical distribution function.